Florida was not the first incident of a violent nature to occur on a school campus, but Education Minister Andrew Holness said the latest is a stark reminder that there are some underlying problems that have gone unaddressed for too long.
The young men who were involved in this incident, they all had records. Their parents were all notified about their inappropriate behavior. What did the parents do? Let's start with the parenting gap. There is a serious social problem with parental failure until we are prepared to hold parents accountable. That we will never solve our problems of violence, social maladjustment, of deviance, lack of respect for law and order, a perverted value system. The process doesn't start with what your child does. That's not what you are going to be held accountable for. You should be held accountable for what you did not do that caused your child to do what he did. That is where the process of accountability should start. When you decided to have that child, did you put things in place for that child? You have that child, the child comes out, stabs another child in the school. That parent loses her child. What are you going to say to her? It is not an issue that you can pass laws and send police to deal with. It is an issue where Jamaica must realize, as a country, as a people, as a society, I must take responsibility for the children that I bear. And if I know I can't take responsibility for them, don't have them.
But the Bible teaching me that don't write in my book. Oh no!
We must talk out against this practice of having children for pension. You know, let me tell you something. In every society, you need a series of generations to have a pension system. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. In developed, evolved societies, they have a problem because the generation coming is smaller than the generation going. So the pension claims are excessive on the generation coming. But even then, those generations are well invested. So those children coming, properly educated. The generation going has left equity in the society for them to come make use of and contribute to a pension scheme. But this is not the Jamaican concept. The Jamaican concept is that I will have 10 children and at least one of them will come out to something to come and take care of me. What about the other 9? What about the other 9? You haven't left anything for them, but yet by luck, by sheer luck, one of them is going to come out to something. We must stop that in our society. Have the children you can take care of. Leave something for them. And if you can't leave any property, leave a good education for them.
Them out to live, teach the youth them out to survive, hold your corner.
What has happened? They become a burden on the school. Parents who are doing well with their children suffer in school because some other parent not paying attention to their children. So I'm not so much interested in enforcing any law on parents. I want the society as a whole to come to the understanding. The churches to speak out, the school board chairmen to speak out, the good parents to speak out, because no amount of police can enforce good parenting. So we have developed the National Parenting Policy. And that policy will be supported by the National Parenting Support Commission. And the whole purpose of that commission and that policy is to educate parents in good parental practices. So we are starting with education. But that is going to take several years before we change the bad practices of some parents and endure good practices in those parents who are coming. In the meantime, I can't let this generation escape us. So the schools will have to be empowered to manage that deficit that they now face. So the school of today has a significant parental deficit, which they didn't have 30 years ago. And we have to find ways of coping. So I'm saying to the leaders of the school that when you return to your boardrooms, that you must put on your planning agenda your outreach to parents. How are you going to treat with the stakeholder of the parent?